Sundays for the man. Got Sundays for the man. On Sundays for the man. Sundays for the man. You got Sundays for the man. Roxbury softball. Got Sundays for the man. On Sundays for the man. Sundays for the man. You got Sundays for the man. Sundays for the man.
Woo! And we are live from the Mayor's Committee of Roxbury on a Thursday in June. Summer's in full effect, and it won't stop fucking raining. But this is Sundays for the men, and we are going to get you caught up on all the action from the previous week and preview the games to come. We'll also talk a little Walk League momentarily toward the end of the show, and we'll also talk a little... we had a little idea from Austin Sullivan the other day at the rugby tournament about ranking sports movies, and we'll do that later on. But first, before we get down to any sort of business, aside from myself, Ricky Diffendale, to my left you have former mayor of Roxbury, Sean Baggs-Rudolph.
And as always, I'd like to remind everybody that Bob Fred has full-blown AIDS and Trotter's got a light switch cock.
To his left you have former mayor of Roxbury, Anthony Alaco.
Knicks better not fuck this up tonight. You better take R.J. Barrett.
True NBA draft. Apparently it's already decided that it happened already.
I'll believe it when I see it.
To his left, Big Daddy Greg Gentile.
Let's hope the Knicks fuck this up tonight.
Why?
Because I hate the Knicks.
How I predict the Knicks draft going.
I think
They
they're going to take
can't
Barrett.
fuck this up.
Yeah, they can.
And to Greg's left, of course,
Billy.
William Trotter, the fourth, is here on the ones and twos. Billy, say hello.
Hi.
It's been a heck of a week. A lot of rain
This week
in
sucked.
the tri-state area. I mean, this has been a pretty good week for me. School's pretty much out, and it's a wonderful time in my life.
You mean pretty much out? It's out.
I got to go to work tomorrow and Monday.
Oh, sorry.
I know, what a travesty.
2 more days.
Greg's drinking a Monster Energy drink, and he's in some kind of weird mood.
And he looks like a chode.
I mean, that's just not going to change.
He's over there licking the microphone, so.
And oh god, NBA draft tonight. Knicks picking 3rd overall. NHL draft tomorrow. Anyone expecting any surprises with the top 2 picks?
No.
I'm not either. It's Kako season.
You could get Hughes and you're going to like it.
I'd be fine with that as well.
Hughes is better. They'd be lucky if they got Hughes.
I think the Devils take Hughes,
Hughes is going to the Devils.
and we will take Kako with a smile. Anyway, a lot to talk about from last week. On the last podcast, I tried to skip the Friday games, the fog games as they were. But last Friday, 2 good games. It started off at 8:10, Castaways at Bockers, and it was a pick'em. Ladies and gentlemen, Kevin O'Brien's here. Kevin, say hello.
Hello.
Always nice to have the Cobb Nest Monster in the house. So the Bockers and the Castaways locking up last Friday. It was a pick'em. I was not here for this game. I know that I picked the Bockers. And the Castaways were victorious 7-4. Anthony, as the Castaway president of softball operations, I'll allow you to comment.
Castaways are rolling right now, 4-1. Check the standings if you don't believe it. But obviously,
Are the standings updated?
Probably
Yes.
not.
Probably not.
Yeah, they are. They are.
They're updated. Today.
Honestly, we didn't hit very well, and the Bockers are missing a lot of guys. It wasn't a pretty game for us at all, but we played good defense, and we got a few timely hits, and we found a way to win, and it was a big win for us. So,
And you'll take it with a smile.
hey, W's a W.
So that moved you to 3-1 at that point?
That is correct.
So on Friday night, the Castaways moved to 3-1 with their victory over the Bockers. 7-4 on the pick'em. Who else picked the Castaways here? I did not.
I
did
did.
not either.
I did.
I picked the Bockers.
Everyone picked the Bockers.
Except
Mike-
Bags, you picked the Bockers?
I believe I did.
Yes.
Everybody was on the Bockers that night. I don't know why.
Mike O'Shea, Double A, and I picked the Castaways.
Well, we're all in the Castaways, so it kind of makes sense.
Also, I'll punch Mike O'Shea in the face. He shows his face around here. So
Why?
Yeah, my dick you will.
What's going on with the
Why-
Bockers?
why-
They look like they're off to a
Elaborate.
sluggish
the
start.
Bockers are sluggish.
They were after such a hot start last season. What's going on this
Well,
year?
maybe
They won
they'll
their first
reverse it.
game, didn't they?
They did.
They beat the Shockers their first game.
Yeah, but
What were they 1-1, 1-2 now?
I don't know, but I don't like it.
they haven't looked that great though. Even the win against the Shockers, they almost gave it away.
Either way, the Castaways defeat them 7-4. Billy, if you don't fix my headphone issue, I will destroy everything that you represent, and now you've fixed it, so thank you. We're all on the same page now. The 9:30 game was actually an epic battle. After being out in Bay Ridge, I made it down to Roxbury. The game was still in progress. I found out it was the 8th inning. So there was some free softball Friday night between the Bush Leaguers and the Sharks. Great game. And I happened to see the ending. And a tough ending for the Bush Leaguers, who were right there, bottom 9. And a couple guys got on. Pitch hit back, tough play, back to the pitcher. And all of a sudden, the ball glances off Timmy Feimer's glove as he's trying to make a play. Sails into left field past Kyle Schreiner. and the game ends 2-1. I spoke to Timmy the next day at the rugby tournament, which was also a good time.
Yes.
And, we both agreed, man, that's just instinct. You got to try and make that play. Unfortunately, it takes a bad bounce on him. And the Sharks get the W. Anyone?
That was a great game.
It was a great game.
First and foremost, both teams, the defensive performances by both teams in that game was awesome to watch. And Craig, oh my God, the wind was blowing in his favor, and he was hitting the back line every time. No one was hitting him that day.
We may have Craig Stathis in studio very soon.
Yeah, but
today,
all in all, that was just an excellent game of softball to watch.
Greg was feeling some type of way again on Friday. Love to see it.
I'm a big Friday guy. Friday's my new day.
I'm upset about
Fridays of the Mayors have been
I'm going to miss a Friday tomorrow.
Good.
Fridays of the Mayor so far have been 2 for 2 during the softball season. You agree, Bags?
I 100% agree.
How have your Saturdays been?
Non-existent.
Oh.
Well, we're going to the beach this Saturday.
I'll probably be
That's
there.
been stamped since Tuesday, I believe, or maybe Monday.
Monday.
You're
So-
really excited about the beach, as if the summer's over and hasn't even fucking started.
Until it pours tomorrow. Until it pours on Saturday.
It's
No,
not.
Saturday's
It's
supposed to be
Saturday's
beautiful.
80 degrees, sunny all day, perfect beach day.
Well, last Saturday I was in a little bit of pain. I was recovering from a rough wedding.
Well, you drank Jameson's at that wedding.
Yeah, I drank a lot of Jameson's, and
A lot of it, Cobby? Aren't you supposed to take care of him?
Bags is not grown.
Tell you one thing, my Saturday was awesome, Rick. We had a hell of a Saturday.
We had a good Saturday at that rugby tournament. A
Yeah.
little sun.
Oh my God, my feet were swollen
A
and
little
red.
sun. I still have the little tan line from not spraying the bottom half of my face.
sure that wasn't the Beatus.
It could be the Beatus.
And if you speak of the devil, he shall appear. Entering the side door of the Mayor's Committee right now,
It's not the can man.
it is Craig Stathis from the Sharks, and he's about to join us live on the podcast. Craig, we saved you a seat.
Beer in hand, too.
I don't know if we have headphones for him, though, right?
I don't think we do.
I think Cobb stole the last set of headphones, but you don't necessarily need them. But Craig, say hello. You could use Sean Baggs' mic because he's a gentleman.
How's everybody doing? How you guys doing?
Oh, we're doing great.
Good.
We were just talking about the game last Friday night. Sharks Bush Leaguers.
A little tighter than we would have liked, you know?
Hey, a win's a win, though.
Doesn't get much tighter than that.
Yeah, them guys want to keep trying to take bases. You know, it's a tough way to go out
So you were
themselves.
feeling it that night, pitching wise.
I mean, I thought we should have lost that game. I think they gave it to us.
But you'll take it.
Goddamn right.
It's a Sharks record right now, undefeated,
Yes, they're undefeated.
and the Sharks Bombers tomorrow.
Yes, that's the game of the week.
We are going to discuss that and make Craig make some.
What?
That field gonna make it?
Oh, it'll make it.
It's supposed to be sunny tomorrow, so
We're going to make Craig make some bold predictions.
might have to do some work on it. But
No problem.
That's what he does. Usually they come true. I'll give it to him. But, sometimes, like in the one-pitch tournament, for instance, it didn't. But anyway, let's get into tomorrow night's last Sunday's games. I got
Yep,
excited because
don't jump the gun.
Craig got here, and I got excited to talk about Bombers, Sharks. Last Sunday, 10 a.m., Corp Goons, almost as expected. Because many of you picked us to be mercied, except for Bags. I'm pretty sure Bags is the only one that or picked the Goons to cover, and sure enough, they did. We actually traded fours in the first inning. It was tied at 4 at the end of the first, and final score 10-4 Corp. So they dispatched with us, but we got a little better, Bags. What do you think?
I thought we were in the game for a good part of the game. It was a couple of bad errors early on by Keith Carlson that really kind of gave him those early runs on us. You know?
Yeah.
And they tacked on a little bit later on, but I never really felt that was really a blowout.
He launched the ball into right field. God knows what he was thinking.
And he also missed first base on the throw too.
And then he tried to make a throw from his knees where he could have stood up. No one of the Corp runs, except for like Alex, who would run out of ground ball. They hit a ball on the ground, they don't run. And he's throwing from his knees like he has to rush it.
They're a power hitting team. That's pretty much they live or die with the power.
Whatever. Anyway, we lost, so we're 0-3, 0-4.
0-4.
All right, well, as expected.
hey,
quarter of the way being
A lot of
perfect.
season left.
And we got a game, a winnable game Sunday, if you ask
It
me.
is a winnable game.
Yeah, debatable.
11:30 game, Sharks Bockers. Craig, 3-0 victory for you guys. So in the past 2 games, you've given up 1 run. Discuss.
Just a lot of good D, brother. And
Isn't that what you said,
That's
Greg?
exactly what I said.
Greg wanted to mention that the Sharks defense has been, what was it? I don't know how to find your terminology.
Stellar.
I mean, Sean Baggs hasn't broken an arm on 1 catch yet. So far, so good.
Even like you're playing with Sean Cahill in right field. It's like,
Oh, sorry. Sean
Yeah, I'm not on
oh, that's
the
what you're
team.
talking about?
Oh, sorry, yeah. My son, Sean.
That's an insult to Bags.
Hasn't broken an arm, you know.
Yeah, your son Sean's been all right.
That's
He gets a hit every
about
time he
4
plays
years
us.
ago, he caught a ball or missed the ball, broke his arm in the process. So we refer to that if he doesn't break an arm and catches it, we're into it.
You remember last year when he let the ball fall between him and the other outfielder?
Oh yeah,
Remember that game?
You know,
That was
they
my
got a tongue lashing.
That was my favorite
Everybody heard
moment. That was my favorite moment of the year last year, I think.
Yeah, I think they both knew I was fairly upset.
I just like when he screws up because I like to make fun of him.
Me too.
Okay, so the Sharks beat the Bockers 3-0 on Sunday. As Anthony said, they're looking sluggish.
Yeah, they're not really hitting, which is weird for the Bockers because usually they score runs and they single you, but right now they can't seem to put it together. I don't know what's going on with them.
They also had a full team on Sunday.
At the same time, though, fuck them.
Yeah, I agree. Thoroughly.
They could have had Timmy Harrison if he hadn't passed away.
He's dead.
Yeah, he died. Fell off a cliff, died on impact.
He's somewhere in the cemetery.
Oh, my God. Timmy, get well soon. We love you. The 1 o'clock game, Bombers, Shockers. No shock there. The Bombers take it 8-2. Bags going to beat me to it. Bombers win 8-2. The sun also rises in the east and sets in the west. Any comments on the Bombers so far?
They didn't cover either.
They didn't
did
cover,
not.
but they did
No.
win. The Shockers were mad that we made the spread so
I
large.
thought that spread was a little outrageous. That's why I jumped on the Shockers.
Well, I
in
took
that
the
one.
Shockers too, but I figured Father's Day they were all gonna be here. They wanted to finish the game.
the
quick.
Bombers?
Yeah, I figured they'd all show up and want to finish the game quick so they can drink. So I figured they would put it on them
Show
early
up.
and then get out.
They got Paccioni playing with one leg in every game. No one shows up.
He hits better than anyone else. Though,
That's
so.
going to be a problem for them going down the stretch.
Is it, though?
I think it will be.
He gets a hit every time he's
Yeah,
up.
no, he just has to get to first base.
I just think when they start playing teams like the Sharks and the Club, it's going to end up hurting them.
Funny you should say that.
You
because
know they're
that's
gonna
about
have
start
everybody
happening.
tomorrow. Come on, let's be honest.
They'll be here rocking and roll. They're going to show up like they're playing the Goons. Full squad.
You know their freaking waiver's gonna be here tomorrow.
Rodrigo?
Yeah, whatever his name is.
Rico?
Hector.
I think his name's Mike.
I thought his name was Rico.
Rico, yeah.
No,
Wasn't
that's...
that the name that we were all going with? Last year was Rico or something like
No,
that?
I thought that was the guy that the Bockers picked up or something, like Hector
That's
or
Tomas.
Tomas. That's
yeah,
what
but
I'm
apparently
thinking of.
he's not playing for them
Yeah,
anymore.
he might not play. And
They
might
don't
get
have a
different-
Rico. I thought the kid's name's Mike. I never seen him yet.
Totally, his name is Mike.
His name's gonna be Mike.
His
Anyway,
name's going to be Rico. We'll just go with
Bombers beat the Shockers 8-2 on Sunday. Castaways Bush Leaguers. Pretty sure I picked the Bush Leaguers.
Pretty sure I did too.
The Castaways 7-0 over the Bush Leaguers. Castaways sitting in first place right now.
No, because we have a loss against the Bombers.
And the Sharks are undefeated.
Yes,
Well,
we're in third place.
fuck you guys anyway. 4-1. The Castaways really playing out of your minds a little bit right now, huh?
Could be 5-0 if we found the way to beat the Bombers in that crazy 23-21 game. You know, but 4-1's a good start. I'll
Tell you
take
something
it.
though, you didn't win that game.
We didn't. We did not win that game. And if you bet the over, you cash the
Yeah,
ticket.
you probably should have because the Bombers had 8 guys that day from the majority of
They
the
had
game.
8.5.
Anyway, Bill, before we get into this week's games, can you tell everyone out there the standings in our picks so far through the 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, 2
Yes,
weeks.
Through
Yes,
2
it's-
weeks,
It's for 12 games.
what do we got?
So I'm in first with 10 wins.
It's not going to last.
Anthony's in second with 7 wins.
Wait, you skipped me.
Well, because
I thought I was in second with 8 wins.
No. Well, you told me you changed and I screwed up. This is why I asked you
Oh
earlier.
my God, this is why we can't have nice things.
Cool
It
story,
is.
bro.
What
So-
the fuck?
You and Bags are tied with 6. Greg has 5.
What about Mike O'Shea?
Wait, how many wins do I have? 7?
No, you have 6.
Oh my God.
Mike O'Shea should have the same as me too.
Yeah, I was about to say, actually, I forgot about that. Mike O'Shea has 7.
This is a shit show if I've ever seen one.
Next segment.
We're going to get this together.
It's about as good as the spreadsheet he made out for us today.
So honestly, Billy's winning so far.
It's not as good as that T-shirt he's wearing right now.
Zach, Kevin, and Bobby Willis have 2. And
Kevin.
Cobb.
Oh, Kevin O'Brien.
Cobb.
Don't call him Kevin. I thought you were talking about Kevin Fox.
No.
That's my dad, by the way.
Well, I beg to differ.
Yeah, you'd be wrong.
All right, so it's time to get into this weekend's games, Friday, Sunday. We're going to make our picks. Craig, you can't be involved in the bet, but you could make picks, certainly.
Yeah, you can make picks.
You're going to make your picks. I know who you're going to pick tomorrow night in the second game, but we're starting with the first game. The first game tomorrow night, Flem, plus 10.5 at Bush Leaguers. I'll start with Bags.
I'm going to pick the Flem the cover, but the Bush Leaguers to win the game.
Anthony.
Bush Leaguers cover and win.
Big Daddy Greg.
Flem cover and win.
Oh, come on. Come on.
When you're cold, you're cold.
Copy.
Going with the Bushwhackers. We're going to cover and win.
Billy.
I'm also taking the Bush.
Craig.
I'm going to have to say that the Flem cover, for sure. Bush Leaguers win.
I'm going to say Flem cover, Bush Leaguers win.
You have that,
Flem
Bill?
cover.
Yes, I got it.
And
right.
Bush Leaguers win.
I have to get the other picks.
Bush
Hold
Leaguers
on.
have not been scoring runs, which is why it also scares me. Like maybe tomorrow they break out.
10.5 runs is a lot of runs, though.
So yeah.
Mike O'Shea is on the Flems plus 10.5.
Okay. Oh, it's a
What about
popular
Bobby?
pick.
And Bobby Willis is also on the Flems plus 10.5.
Greg, you're out there alone.
I'm on the Flems, you jerk off.
To win, though, you
That's
idiot.
all right. They cover. A win's a cover, right? A cover's a win.
So you pick the Bush Leaguers outright and
Don't confuse me.
I picked the Bush Leaguers to cover.
and Cobb as well. Okay.
And Billy.
I picked the Flem the cover.
All right, so we'll see how that goes. Flem have some firepower. Bush Leaguers have been quiet, poised to break out. We'll see what happens tomorrow. They're the ones that'll have to fix
honestly,
the field.
The reason I picked the Bush Leaguers is it's a huge overlook game for the Flem. They're going to be looking at Sunday's game against the Goons. I think they're going to overlook the Bush Leaguers. Bush Leaguers coming off a bad loss against us. They play well at night. I'm going to go with the Bush Leaguers.
By 10, 10.5.
10.5.
Oh, wait, I had one for you. The pick is in for Anthony Alaco.
That's the Sharps pick.
Okay. Game 2, game of the week.
Yes.
Friday night at 9:30. The Bombers minus 1.5 at the Sharks. Wow. I'm going to start with Billy.
Ooh.
This way you can't copy anyone's
A.K.A. copy my pick.
I didn't
picks.
copy your pick.
But you would, though, because you're a prick.
Make your pick and shut your mouth. Please.
I'm going to go Sharks. Sharks cover. And they win.
You're only saying that because Craig's sitting here.
Yes.
Copy.
I'm going to have to agree. Sharks cover and win.
Beep, boop, boop. Greg.
Sharks win and cover.
Oh.
Anthony.
I'm going to have to agree. Sharks cover and win.
See, it's not me.
It's just because Craig's here.
Bags.
I have to agree. Sharks cover and win. Man.
Wow.
Bombers are going to be not happy hearing this.
Craig, dare I ask?
I mean, I don't know what you want me to say. I have to agree with everybody else.
Something told me that you would.
I mean, I really, you know.
Do you have a prediction on the score?
I
Are you that
I'd
bold?
probably say I'll go like 6-2.
6-2 Sharks.
Yeah, I mean, we have to have a breakout night, too. We haven't been scoring a lot of runs either.
All right, I'm going to go 6-3 Bombers. Sharks don't cover.
Except for us. He did put up 18 on
All
us.
right.
That was different.
Bombers. Sharks don't cover. Bombers win 6-3.
Okay.
So, you have all those picks, Billy?
Yes.
And Bobby Willis picked the Bombers.
There's a fucking surprise.
Yeah. Okay.
And Mike O'Shea picked the Sharks.
Oh,
Ooh,
boy.
child. A lot of people on the Sharks.
All right, so I got a question for you. Guys that I know in the league are asking, are you actually taking?
No, there's no bets.
I'm just,
That's a valid question.
Guys on my bench are like, dude, seriously? I mean, I'm in. You know,
I'm sure they could bet against each other.
Yeah, you could bet against each other if you want.
No, but they want you to take the.
Take action?
Take the action.
Come on, be a bookie already.
I'm not rolling the money like that, unfortunately. I wish I was.
He could be.
Yeah.
If Mark was like, hey, I'll bank you, then I'm in.
Yeah, well, he's in Florida.
It's all right. They have Western Unions.
So,
They have Venmo there, too.
so there's your Friday nights.
It's a lot of things in there.
Flem plus 10.5 at the Bush Leaguers. Bombers minus 1.5 at the Sharks. That'll bring us into Sunday, the 10 o'clock game, and it's a double dip for the Castaways. And this will be an interesting pick because you guys are both sitting here.
That's right.
Castaways plus 3.5 at the Sharks on Sunday at 10 a.m. I'm going to start with Greg on this one and go this way.
Castaways win.
Okay. Cobby.
Castaways.
Billy.
Why are you going out of order?
I'm not. I'm going in a circle from Greg around. Like a circle. Not like a square.
I got to go Castaways.
It's a circle.
I haven't gotten wrong yet.
Is this 3 picks on the Castaways so far? You picked the Castaways?
Just the cover, right? You're not picking up the win.
Yeah, I'm picking up the cover.
What's the spread?
I'm not.
3.5.
Nobody said win or lose.
No, I'm not
did.
not going that far yet.
Coming off their loss Friday, Sharks come back big and beat the Castaways fairly big on Sunday. So the Castaways do not cover. I picked the Sharks.
Okay, so whatever Ricky just said is not true. We will win Friday night, and we're gonna win and cover on Sunday also. Sorry, dude. And I don't really care if you have Mike now, so not.
It's a fair assessment.
Woo! Yeah, baby.
Who's up next?
My app crashed.
Is it me or Bags?
Ricky's trying to hit something.
That's what I was going for.
So,
All right, go ahead, Bags.
I like the Sharks to win and cover.
Anthony.
I'm also taking the Sharks minus 3.5. So,
Pussy.
not a pussy, just for. I feel like it's going to be a letdown game after the Bush League game. And we got 2 games that day, so I feel like we're going to be a little sluggish in the first one.
Speaking of 2 games in the same day, the 11:30 game, Bockers plus 2.5 at the Castaways. Bags.
I like the Castaways to cover and win.
Anthony.
I like the Castaways to win. I like the Bockers to cover.
Greg.
Castaways to win and cover.
Cobb Nest Monster.
Castaways to win and cover as well.
William H. Trotter IV.
Here's a hot take: Castaways to win and cover.
Is it really a hot take, though?
That was the joke.
You make jokes?
Yeah,
Bad ones.
I never said they were good.
You're a prick.
Yes.
I'm going to pick... I picked the Bockers last time against the Castaways. It didn't work.
Oh, fuck.
I'm going to pick them again.
Yeah.
Bockers win,
Castaways minus.
but the Castaways cover.
Oh, you son
No,
of
that doesn't make sense.
No.
You're wrong.
Bockers win then. Fuck you guys.
That's okay. That makes sense.
I like to see the Castaways win, but I think I'm gonna go with the Bockers win that one. I think they're gonna get their stride going here in a couple of weeks.
You got to think it has to, at some point, start to happen. Why not against you guys on
Why not?
Sunday?
Before we go forward, do we have Bobby and Mike's for Sundays? Or no, not yet.
I think we do. I think we
Okay,
do.
Mike O'Shea has. I'm just going to give them all to you, so you just have them.
Okay.
He has Castaways plus 3.5,
Okay.
Bockers plus 2.5,
Surprise, motherfucker.
Corp minus 4.5, and Flem minus 2.5. And Bobby has Castaways
Bless
both
you, sir.
games.
Thank you.
What the hell was that?
It's going to happen again.
Corpse and
What?
Flems.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't know.
Told me.
Something's wrong.
That is the most bizarre sneeze I've ever heard in my life. Sound like you were killing a squirrel in the process.
Sound like the sneeze of a guy that's over the hill.
Ah.
He is. He is.
It's all right.
Cobb, I made this for you.
Shit.
Oh, can we move on now? We got
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
We're good?
Yeah, we're good. We can move on to Bush Leaguers at court.
1 p.m. game. Bush Leaguers plus 4.5 at the Corp. What do you got? Anthony.
Taking the Bush Leaguers plus the 4.5, and I wouldn't be surprised if they win outright.
Greg.
I'm going to take the Corp to cover.
Kevin.
Corp covers and wins.
William.
I agree with Kevin.
I agree with Kevin. Corp covers, wins. Craig.
I'm gonna go Bush Leaguers straight up. I like them to win.
And you, Sean Baggs.
I like the Corp to cover and win.
You heard it here first. How did that become the Corpse little theme song on this?
I just decided it one day.
It kind of fits. I don't know why, but
They finish in first place a lot.
in the regular season.
In the regular season. Yeah, it happens.
Then Sunday comes in the playoffs.
Sometimes people don't even make the playoffs. Speaking of that, the 2:30 game on Sunday. Battle to stay out of the cellar. Goons plus 2.5 at the Phlegm. Could be a good game. The
Should be a
Goons
good
are
game.
desperate for a win. The Phlegm, I think, could really care less, but I know they want to beat us.
They're hungry.
We have something riding on it. The loser between the Phlegm and the Goons. Justin and I have agreed that whoever loses has to wear a Bill de Blasio for President shirt to the Sugar Bowl on a Sunday. So
Is it this Sunday or any Sunday?
I think just probably not this Sunday because I'm not going out this Sunday. But if I have to, I'll do it next Sunday if we lose. I don't think we're going to lose, though. I'll make the pick first. Goons win.
Outright.
Outright.
Okay.
Craig?
I'm going to say the Phlegm win and cover. I mean, you guys are just horrible.
Bags? No. I like the brutal honesty.
I got to go with my heart. I got to go with the Goons to win outright.
Anthony?
Phlegm's minus 2.5.
That's a terrible
Greg?
recording.
The Phlegm. I could see a mercy coming.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, no.
Now we're getting a
Come
little fucking
on, that's-
ridiculous.
Get out of here. Now you're just being a prick.
What just happened?
What's the matter with you? Kevin?
Goons outright.
Thank you. William H. Trotter?
Wham.
So all the Goons picked the Goons.
It's unbelievable. Yeah, we did.
Yeah, good luck,
You
guys.
pick the Castaways every fucking game.
I picked the Castaways once.
I have, and we've won, so.
Just kidding, Greg. I love you.
Are you going to have everybody on Sunday?
Maybe.
Probably not.
What does that mean? Is that a yes?
I never know.
As of today, how's the team looking for Sunday?
We don't know until game time. Put it that way.
Yeah. I'd like to have both Durantes. I'd like to have Kenny there. Ross wasn't here last week. I'd like to have Ross. I mean, if those guys all if our whole team shows up, we will beat the Phlegm outright.
You're wrong.
We will.
You're wrong.
And we have a better pitcher than they do, and we will
The
beat
odds
them.
of Kenny showing up.
Kenny Blankenship might be there.
I'd say 90%. I'm sure that he'll be there.
That's good. Does he play shortstop?
Yes.
Okay.
So if our guys show up, we're gonna win.
So AJ's playing left center field again?
If he hasn't been a liability out there, he fell one time in a game we were already getting routed.
I'm just
in.
waiting for his vein to
To
pop.
you
in his
guys, right? I
leg.
think we were playing you when he fell.
Yeah, that didn't matter, so.
Yeah, they were up pretty big.
Yeah, he broke the grass out there.
He's a load of a man,
Just pointing out what I saw.
but he can cover ground. He was all right against the Corp out there, so I wouldn't mind putting him out there. If we have to. If Jimmy Durante's son is there, Timmy could play first base. Timmy's dead. AJ could play first base.
You guys have
if,
to contain
if young
Kyle.
Durante goes up. Kyle Leonard?
Yes.
Kyle Clifford?
Yeah.
Kyle Clifford.
No, we'll take care of it.
Just don't pitch to him.
I don't see the point of doing that.
I don't see it
I don't
either.
have to pitch to him.
So this is a split table on this game. That's kind of good.
It's a split table, but I'm confident in my half of the
Me
split.
and AJ have a friendly wager that depends on this game.
How friendly?
$100 friendly.
AJ was willing to bet $100?
Yeah, he
Christina,
said you
if
guys
you
are
heard
going
this,
to
it's a
have
lie.
more wins than the Phlegms this
He
year.
must be very confident.
I
Then.
hope his wife don't listen to these podcasts, by the way.
If AJ, and then this is what it's going to be like when AJ has to. Sunday, 4 p.m. I lost it. I lost my train of thought. AJ's going to be a sad panda, though. He's going to be sad. No, we're going to win, though, so I like it.
You could win.
We could, and I think we will.
I think you're wrong.
Well, I think you're an asshole, but we deal with these things, and
Fair.
all right. So that's your weekend preview. A lot of good games,
There are
especially
a lot of good games this weekend.
9:30 tomorrow night. Bomber Sharks. Bush Leaguers Corp has the potential to be a great game, and of course the 2:30 Classic this Sunday. Goons Phlegm should be big time. Let's bring up a subject that these loudmouths in the bar next to us want us to bring up about the Walk League. Bit of news broke that the Brain Trust down there thought it would be a good idea to revert back to the old way of doing things and do away with the playoff format and just go off regular season wins and losses to decide a champion. Ridiculous.
It's a disgrace.
And I'm charged up just thinking about it. I don't even play for the Relics. It just pisses me off so much. They're doing this to try and make it so they don't win
Yeah, it's
on purpose.
Pretty much the Relics, they never finish in first place, but they always win the championship because they always steamroll in the playoffs. So essentially, they're just trying to take the championships away from the Relics, and it's Bush. It's Bush League.
It's insane.
Did you say it's Bush Leaguer?
No, I didn't say Bush Leaguer. I said
Not
Bush
Bush
League.
Leaguer, but it's Bush League, and it pisses me off. Those are some of my favorite Sundays of the summer, going down there during those playoffs and watching those guys play.
So realistically, in like week 6, you can know who's going to win the championship if
Exactly.
some team like wins every game. And
So why even show up to play
Yeah.
the rest of the games?
yeah, so
Takes all the fun out of it.
yeah,
There's no more playoffs in the Walk League, and that's how it used to be when they first started. I think first few years there were no playoffs,
20?
19.
and then I think they created playoffs to try and make Roxbury stop winning, and they kept winning, and now they're trying to take it away to make them stop winning again instead of just beating them.
So you know what we'll do? We'll just win.
Yeah, but it's just annoying.
Just got to run it up every game in the regular season now. Every regular season game now is a playoff game now. That's the way you got to look at it.
So it goes back wins and runs scored, I guess?
What else would? Yeah, I
I
guess.
guess in head-to-head, if it comes down to a tiebreaker, maybe
But
it's
just
head-to-head.
what babies? Just unbelievable babies.
Why don't you want another 2 weeks of softball?
Yo, those
'Cause
playoff games are
they'd
awesome.
rather not have the team from down here come down there and win every year, I guess. And that's such a baby
How
thing.
about you just not let them come down then?
I mean, no.
This isn't Russia. You know,
yeah,
they can't do that.
It's like
It's basically Russia if they can do that.
It's just annoying. It's just annoying. Such bullshit. What'd that say?
I don't know. Trotter's got my thing turned all the way
Turn
down.
him up a
not,
little
it's
bit.
not all the way down.
Turn him up.
Because you done goofed.
I still can't hear.
It said it done goofed.
Oh,
Done goofed.
Give it one more, Max.
Because you done goofed.
that's better. Okay. So yeah, that's what's going on in the Walk League. I believe they start Sunday, right?
Dude,
so,
that championship game down there is so fun to watch. We
because
always
there's
go down
hundreds of people and everyone's all charged up and it gets like heated and it's great.
And I don't think. I think everybody down there who don't play, who watches, enjoys the playoffs down there. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to watch. Everybody's into it.
You know what? They fucked up. They fucked up. Fuck them.
If it ain't,
Whoever decided that was a good idea as a moron.
if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Idiots.
It's like Little League now.
Whatever.
Everybody gets a trophy.
That's why they only have 1 day of Mardi Gras down there.
Yeah.
Yep, that's why they can't handle 3 days.
No, they do it all wrong.
Yeah,
Everything they can do wrong, they do wrong.
they find a way.
Fuck them. Anyway, let's do something that's less polarizing. We were at that rugby tournament last Saturday, Anthony, you and I. Good day.
Yeah, we got real drunk.
Good day out in the hot sun. We did get drunk. It was fun. You took down all the LASIK signs. That was a fun part of our day.
I never did that.
Well, someone did.
Yeah.
Okay. However, Austin Sullivan of the Bush Leaguers had a good idea that we should talk sports movies and rank our favorite sports movies. And I thought that was a pretty cool idea. So I believe most of us made lists. I know Greg didn't. He's going. I thought you said you're going off the cuff.
I was, and then I made one.
You were sitting here that whole time typing?
Yep.
Oh, thanks for being involved in the show then, asshole.
I'm going off the cuff.
Oh, this is fucking
You,
great.
well,
what I'm doing.
Craig, I understand going off the cuff, but Billy, like, what the fuck, man? We've been talking about this for a week.
I don't care. I cared more about the beach on Saturday than the top favorite sports movies.
It was Monday.
He was busy making coffee for Norton all the week. Leave him alone.
Someone's got to make it.
All right. So let's start with
And crying about his spreadsheet.
No,
Everyone's
you
gonna-
all cried about my spreadsheet.
shut the fuck up.
Timmy, shut the fuck up.
We're going to
Is a cop, and he's learning impaired.
who is
He's
AJ.
Trotter.
policeman. That's me.
the law. Okay. Let's start with our baseball movies. Top 3 baseball movies of all time. Bags, you don't have a list in front of you?
No, but I can go off the cuff.
Oh God, here we go. Off the cuff, your top 3. 3 to 1. 3, 2, 1.
Going 3,
Start
2,
from the
1.
bottom, go to the top.
All right, number 3. I like A League of Their Own.
That is literally my number 3.
Shut up.
Go on.
I don't. Sandlot, number 2.
And
Number 1, Major League.
okay. Okay. Anthony.
Number 3, Sandlot. Number 2, the original Bad News Bears. Number 1, Bill Durham.
Bull Durham.
Love Bull Durham.
Go ahead, Greg.
I got the Benchwarmers coming at number 3.
Oh, I forgot about that movie. That's a great movie.
Major League coming at 2, and Hardball number 1.
Hardball is that's what, I like that pick. Cobby.
I got Mr. 3000 coming in at number 3.
Holy shit.
That was
Top
my-
3?
That was my number
Top
3.
3?
It's hilarious.
It is
I
it is
will
a
watch it
pretty funny
anytime it's
movie.
on, but really,
It is a pretty funny
Okay,
movie.
sorry, Cobb. That was polarizing.
Number 2 is The Sandlot. Number 1 is The First Major League.
Okay. William H. Trotter.
Here's a weird thing. Cobby and I are exactly the same.
Oh, my God.
Surprise, motherfucker.
So we'll just skip you?
Yeah, just
You,
skip me.
you're such a prick. You wonder why we think you're a prick. It's prick things like this.
I agree with this.
Okay. I had a League of Their Own at number 3. I had Major League 1 and 2, like, interlocked at number 2. I don't care. Either one is on. I'll watch it. I had The Sandlot at number 1. Mr. 3000 even being on
Oh my
a
god.
top 3 baseball list.
Yeah, that's crazy to me.
That's what he likes what he likes.
I think I've just seen it more recently.
T-Rex Pennebaker.
It's just so stupid.
He's a good ball player. Bit of an attitude on him until Bernie got in his ear. Craig, you want to chime in on the baseball conversation? I mean, I know you're ready for the football conversation.
You told me, like, maybe we'd be doing, like, sports movies. You didn't tell me it was, like, sports
Oh,
specific.
I left
You know
that
what
out.
I'm saying?
What's your favorite baseball movie? Just go with one.
I mean, I guess I'd have to go with, like, Major League. You know what I mean? I think that'd be my top.
That's
After
fair.
that, I don't really.
Yeah, I guess
don't
the
even
original-
like baseball.
The original one is better than
So I
It
don't
is
really
better
watch
than
many
the second.
baseball
Yeah.
movies.
All right, so that's baseball. I mean,
I thought we were just going like all the time.
Bull Durham number 1.
Surprised like Moneyball wasn't on anybody's list. That's a good movie.
I'm surprised you didn't say
Good one.
Hardball.
Hardball, I like forgot about. That's a good one.
Yeah, it's a good movie. I do like it, but
I give Hardball an honorable mention.
yeah, it'd be like on my honorable mention.
Rest in
list.
peace to G, baby.
It's a tearjerker right there.
It is. It is.
Wah.
I'll go to hockey movies next.
Ugh.
I'm gonna start with Greg.
I got Miracle number 3, Goon number 2, and Slapshot number 1.
I have no problem with that,
It's a good list.
but I forgot Miracle, so I have to put it on my list
How do you forget Miracle?
because I'm an idiot. I just watched it the other day too. Okay, go ahead, Cobby.
Just take his list and completely flip it around because that's my 3-2-1 was his one.
To what?
He's going Slapshot, Goon, Miracle.
Okay.
Don't even look at Trotter.
Oh God, Billy, what are you gonna say?
Don't look at
Mighty
him.
Ducks.
Yeah, kid.
I don't know any other hockey movies, so.
Okay. Yeah, mine. I had Slapshot on there. I'm gonna shift Slapshot to the top 5.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a funny movie.
It is a good
I've
movie.
never seen Slapshot.
It is a good movie.
All right, hold on, watch that.
I would have it top 5 maybe. So it's been ousted out of my top 3. Miracle, Goon, Mighty Ducks is my number 1.
Which Mighty Duck?
The first Mighty Ducks.
Fair.
Bags.
I'm gonna have to go with Mighty Ducks number 3, number 2 Slapshot, and number 1 Miracle.
Anthony.
Number 3 for me is Youngblood.
Youngblood. Little young Rob Lowe.
Yeah, I don't know why. I've always liked that
Because
movie.
you think he's handsome.
He was handsome. Still is.
He still is.
Number 2 is Slapshot. And number 1's Miracle for me.
Craig.
I'm just going number 1. I go Slapshot.
I hadn't watched Slapshot until I was like well into my 30s. Great movie.
It is a great movie.
Oh yeah, it's very
The
funny.
Hanson brothers are awesome.
You haven't seen Slapshot.
Never have
Probably
I
go
ever.
home and watch that.
You should check it out. It's funny. It's a good movie.
Definitely worth watching.
From like the 70s, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Paul Newman's in it.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
I'm not taking
It's good.
shots at age here, right?
No.
No, I'm just. No.
Actually,
no,
yes,
I'm
he
just-
was.
Ricky, aren't you like 62?
Oh, I'm getting there.
Yeah.
Halfway.
Well on my way. Who's that? Anybody good?
It's
No.
Walter.
Okay. Let's move to football. I know Greg's ready for this one. Also, I know Craig's ready for this one. Go ahead, Craig. You start off. What's your favorite football movie of all time?
Rudy. Gotta be the best ever.
Rudy.
Rudy. But I thought a
Cobb
lot
just
more
went
of
from
you.
6 to midnight.
No good?
No, Cobb loves Notre Dame.
I mean, I'm a big
I
fan.
like Rudy
How do you not think that's the best football movie ever?
because I have 3 other ones on my list that aren't
He gets,
Rudy.
Like the acceptance letter, and he's sitting on the bench.
Right, when he
by the-
finally
by the
gets in.
pond. He's crying a little bit.
Not gonna lie, I laughed when Rudy cried.
What the hell is wrong with you?
I'm not gonna lie. I hate Notre Dame so much.
Everything about you, then, huh? No,
It's
cool.
no secret that I don't like Notre Dame, so.
No, he
I mean,
doesn't.
forget about the school. I mean, just the story alone. I mean, the heart.
I heard it was really played up for the movie, though.
Guy
That kind of took
guy-
away
guy-
from it
guy
a little.
Went to college for like 55 years and finally made the practice team.
That's
know
the
what I
funny
mean?
part about that.
So I thought in real life it was a joke that they carried him off the field like as a joke,
I don't know.
and then
I
they
didn't hear that.
Hollywooded it up.
I don't think it was a joke.
Did he really have a tackle when they brought him into the game? Like, is that real?
Might have.
Sack, actually. All
Did he
right?
have a sack? Is that
Dude,
probably
it's
had-
factual?
he definitely had a
It's a
sack.
real movie. It has to be true. Look it up.
We're gonna look it up.
You
We're
guys
gonna look it
have
up.
14 iPads here.
They're all
Somebody
queued up to
Google.
lists. Where am I? Football. I'll go first.
I just went first.
I'll go second. I'll go second. We'll see how much of my list that Billy steals. At number 3, I'm putting The Longest Yard.
Which version?
Sandler version. Number 2, Remember the Titans.
Oh.
Number 1, Replacements. Football. Replacements is number 1, bar none.
If you don't like the replacements, there's the door.
I'm just saying, just compared to Rudy.
Billy?
Let's just call it.
I've only ever seen The Longest Yard and Waterboy.
You've never seen the replacements?
No.
I'm done.
Or Remember the Titans?
No.
Or Rudy?
No.
Fuck is wrong with you?
I don't like football.
So what? You like movies?
He likes the Big Bang Theory.
No, it's not that good.
I like The Blind Side because of its message.
Well, that was. I guess that's a football movie.
That's in his top 3 now. There it is. I just rounded out Billy's top 3.
Sandra
Forgot
Bullock's
about
in
that.
it, so you can't really be that upset.
Yeah.
No, and she's a fox.
Oh, God.
Copy.
3, I'm going to go with Any Given Sunday.
Fuck, I forgot about that movie. That's a good movie, too.
2, Replacements. 1, Rudy.
Well, it's a fucking surprise.
Well, there's a fucking surprise.
When Craig comes back, we can slob on each other's knobs if you want. Craig, you'll hear that when
Tummy
you
sticks? Little
Is he
tummy
coming
sticks?
back?
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, Craig left.
No, he went to the toilet.
The turlet.
Go ahead, Greg. Top 3 football movies of all time.
Well, fun fact, Rick, I also have the Adam Sandler Longest Yard as number 3.
Nice.
Then I have the Waterboy.
Okay.
And then
I thought about it.
And then I have the
And
replacements.
the replacements.
Mama always said.
I mean, I think Remember the Titans is better than The Waterboy, but I don't hate
think-
on The Waterboy
I
at all.
think you're wrong.
I think it's a great film.
Fair.
Farmer Friend. Anthony.
Coming in at number 3, I have The Replacements. Coming in at number 2, I have Any Given Sunday. And coming in at number 1, I have Friday Night Lights. I love that
Okay.
movie.
Can you just stop using the phrase coming in?
I thought you were going to put Gridiron Gang on your list.
I did, and then I reevaluated my life.
Why do you gotta get sexual?
Because that's what the way you said it.
Friday Night Lights is, what's his name?
Billy Bob Thornton.
But what's the guy's name that gets hurt? Boogie?
Booby Miles.
Booby Miles.
I love
that.
Friday Night
That is a good
Lights.
movie.
Craig, when you left, Cobb over here put Rudy as number 1.
That's what I'm talking about, bro.
Freaking idiot.
Knows what's up.
God, that was loud.
Okay, Bagsy Boy.
Pretty much what Craig said.
Oh, what are you, Trotter now?
Yeah.
Oh, well, great picks. There's one specific sport left before we get into the general sporting genre, and that is basketball. This was tough for me. I had to literally Google basketball movies to see which ones I've seen and liked. And I came up with a very obscure one to put in my top 3.
I think you should go last then.
I'll go last. Bags started off.
I really only have 2 because I really can't think of any others that I've actually watched. One is Joanna Man, and
Underrated movie.
and the other one was Space Jam.
Fair. Anthony.
I got White Man Can't Jump at 3. I got Blue Chips at 2. And I have Hoosiers at 1.
I knew you'd have blue chips on that list. It's a Nick Nolte vehicle, yes?
Yes.
Greg.
I have Coach Carter at number 3.
Shit.
Yeah. White Man Can't Jump at number 2.
Wait, that's worse than what the fuck we were talking about before? Oh, Mr. 3000.
No, it's not. Great movie. And Space Jam at number 1.
Cobby. Cobb.
Trying to think.
Should have wrote a list.
Well, I didn't want to. I'm
Cobb.
going to have to go with Like Mike.
Like. That's just one basketball movie. That's it. That's his top 3. Like
Little
Mike.
Bow Wow.
Sucks.
He's just Bow Wow now, right?
Yes.
Oh, he's not little anymore.
Cobb,
so-
that is the worst pick of all time.
He's the shortest man alive, next to Kevin Hart.
I personally don't give a shit.
Okay, fair enough. We'll move on then to Billy. I
I
don't like basketball.
hate it worse than football, but my number 2 is Space Jam, and my number 1 is White Man Can't Jump,
Okay.
because I've seen them.
All right.
Here's my number 3. The Air Up There.
That's a great movie.
Starring Kevin Bacon.
That's a great movie. It is a great movie.
Sanjay, right? That's the guy's name?
Yeah.
Awesome. Wantabi?
I like it.
Wanabi? He is not Wanabi. He gets like the little scar on his thing. Goes
I
through
don't know.
the
It
whole
was like
ceremony.
a childhood movie. for
Great movie. The Air Up There. Number 2, Semi-Pro.
Great movie.
me. All right.
Number 1,
Oh, I forgot that.
He Got Game.
Yeah, it was tough for me. I was close.
Jesus Shuttlesworth. It's hard not to put Space Jam on there, but they're going to remake it and ruin it. You got any basketball movies, Craig?
I mean, my favorite one was the one where like Leonardo DiCaprio was like smoking crack.
Basketball,
Basketball
Diaries. That's a
Diaries.
very good movie also.
Great.
That's like a young Leonardo DiCaprio, right?
Yeah. He was
Yeah.
blowing everybody on the street.
Well.
A really good,
You
really
started.
good basketball player.
Oh, you had to suck something to get that one.
This is sounding more and more like Trotter's life.
Did you want to play basketball one day?
No, he just sucks a lot of dick.
Because you have to suck a dick. I didn't know basketball was in the future.
I'm sorry, Bill. I don't know why I'm coming after you.
That happens.
You could just give it right back.
I got nothing.
And then I did like 3 other like general sports movies that don't fall into necessarily the major sports.
Yes.
So I have at number 3, Dodgeball.
Ooh.
I have at number 2, Happy Gilmore.
Fair.
And I have at number 1 specifically, Rocky 3.
Nice.
Not Rocky 4?
Oh, listen, I like all the Rockies except for Rocky 5, but Rocky 3 happens to be my favorite. Mr. T.
Can I go next?
Please.
Greatest sports movie ever. Got to be Caddyshack, no?
Caddyshack is a good
Caddyshack's a good one.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that one.
Okay.
Zach's not here, but he wanted to say Kingpin.
That's the one. I was going to name that one too.
So then can we just say The Big Lebowski then?
Does it qualify as a bowling movie?
Yes.
Does Murder Bowl count as a sport then?
Murder Ball?
You could put Murder Ball if you want Murder
I
Ball.
didn't, but just throwing that out there.
It's got a ball.
You could have said like Whip It with Ellen Page because it's roller derby.
That's probably a terrible movie.
I actually enjoy it thoroughly. Anthony,
Number 3, I have Warrior, like the UFC movie. I thought that was a pretty good
is
movie.
that Tom Hardy?
Yes. Number 2, I have The Wrestler with Mickey Rourke.
This is very good.
And number 1, I have Rocky, the original Rocky.
Oh, I'm sorry, Bex.
I like. I have to go with Caddyshack number 3,
We know you're a Rocky guy.
Rocky 4 number 2, and Rocky 1 number 1.
I don't know. I enjoy every except for, take Rocky 5 out of the equation. I think every other Rocky movie is better than Rocky 1.
I really didn't like Creed.
Well, I'm talking like
just saying.
from 1 to 4. I would watch it like 3, 4, 2, 1. That's the order I would watch it in.
Rocky 2 is one of my less, not as bad as Rocky 5, but I'm not a big fan of Rocky 2.
Rocky 5 is a disgrace
Terrible. Yeah,
to the
it's horrible.
franchise. Fucking Tommy Gunn.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
He died.
He's
of
a
AIDS.
jerk off. Wait, in the movie?
No, in real life. He's like, I don't have AIDS. They're like, you have AIDS.
He died like 3-4 years ago.
Oh, he pulled a Bobby.
He's like, I don't have AIDS.
No,
And
Bobby's
like,
still alive and well.
The full blowns hasn't gotten Bobby yet. It got Tommy.
It got Tommy Gunn.
Tommy Gunn's no longer with us.
Greggy?
I have Dodgeball at number 3, Talladega Nights at number 2, and Rocky number 1.
Talladega Nights, respect. You said Rocky 1 at number 1?
My number 2 is the original Days of Thunder.
Days of Thunder.
Tom Cruise.
And John C. Reilly.
Man, I didn't think you'd get it any gayer.
He's also in Talladega Nights. It's
That's
funny.
true. And you know what? That makes it even funnier that he's in
That's
Talladega
why
Nights.
it's-
I didn't know that originally.
Yep.
That makes it a lot funnier.
It's hilarious.
Get nothing. You lose.
Copy.
Good day, sir.
Going Happy Gilmore number 3, The Wrestler number 2, and Caddyshack number 1.
Caddyshack getting a lot of love.
It's a great movie.
Way to bring it up, Greg. Way to bring it up. First of all, feel free to debate any of us in real life about any of these picks.
No, please don't.
You know what? I welcome the debate, especially if you're going to debate Trotter for all his stellar picks. And having Mr. 3000 in the top 3 baseball movies of all time.
I was reading like polls on like non traditional sports movies out of the best. I saw one that said Seabiscuit was the best movie of all time. I almost threw up.
Seabiscuit.
With freaking Tobey Maguire.
I've never seen it.
I've seen it, and it is not very good.
Don't knock Tobey Maguire.
Tobey Maguire is my favorite Spider-Man.
He's the only Spider-Man.
He was awful.
Shut
Get
up.
the fuck out of
He
here.
was the best Spider-Man.
He was no.
He was
awful.
great.
He was awful. The first one was good, but
There
the
is
other
no
two-
Spider-Man without Tobey Maguire. And Stan Lee.
Stanley who?
Dead. He's also dead.
Yeah, but he lived to like 100.
He had a good run.
And you're like, Tobey Maguire's the best. I mean,
He's got a point.
Shit,
If the
I'm
mic's
sorry to point it out, but it's true.
if the mic's too far away from Craig, he made an excellent point. But yeah, I agree. I stand by it. Tobey Maguire, the best Spider-Man. I have not seen Tom Holland as Spider-Man.
Oh, he's great.
There's a fucking surprise.
Yeah, Trotter just wants him in his mouth.
True.
Are those the newest Spider-Mans? Because I didn't see them.
Yeah.
It's the new one where he's Iron Man's
Spider-Man.
protege.
All right, let's move on from this topic because
We move on from this. I think we're pretty much done
how
for
about
the
we
day.
give Craig his power rank? I want Craig's power rankings.
All right, Craig. While we have you here,
9 to 1.
9 to 1. But this is live. Like knowing what he knows now.
Yeah,
Not
fine.
it can't be preseason, obviously. So, Craig, 9 to 1 right now. Rank the teams down here and get nice and close to the mic so we can all hear you.
9 to 1. Right
Or not, or stay right.
9 to 1. 9 to 1. So I would say.
Say it then.
I will. Goons at probably 9. And then I would go with the Phlegm. And I would go with the Shockers. Am I going?
Yeah, you're good.
All right
Yeah.
so far?
He's doing
I'm
sound
just playing sound effects in between everything you say.
Oh yeah, but I don't have a headphone.
I know,
so,
Craig.
so
I blame
just-
Cobb for that.
All right, so are you being a dick to me?
No, I'm playing the
Okay,
same sound every
no.
time.
I mean, if you're being a dick, just let me know. Let me
Being
hear
a
it.
dick, I swear.
You know what I mean? Because I could put you at like 9 and then beyond.
Yes.
too. Okay.
Well, that's where we belong. If I'm
I
being
think the
honest.
relics are better than you guys.
Shut up.
Already.
That's not even a
With
debate.
your crackpot ideas. But yes, they
I
are.
guess I don't know. I would go like Bakers after that. Probably Castaways.
About the Shockers.
He said
Oh,
the
Said them.
Shockers.
He said them.
The Shockers
went
at 7.
Goons, Phlegm, Shockers,
Oh, okay. I
Bakers,
missed it.
Castaways.
Sorry.
Now we're in top 4.
All right, so it's the top 4 now.
Correct.
Correct.
And who else is left?
You got the Bush Leaguers, the Sharks, the Corp, and the Bombers.
Yeah, I go Bush Leaguers. Probably the Corps, the Bombers, and then the best team in the league.
Fair.
It's a shot. 'Cause
There's-
we're about to
there's-
piss on everybody in this league.
There's a
This
surprise.
year, basically.
That couldn't have gone better than
In
a
case you
crash.
didn't know.
I know, my app crashed right there.
Oh, darn.
What can you do, though? Technology, right?
I mean, I guess we'll see how it all pans out.
So you
We've got a lot of games left.
Are you
and we haven't even
prepared?
started playing good ball yet. And
you're
we're 4-0,
so you're prepared to predict the Sharks at the top of the league. Are you prepared to predict the
I mean,
championship?
I'll be honest with you, Rick. You know how I roll.
I just want to hear you say it.
Yeah, we're gonna win the championship again. Yes, we
You
are
heard
gonna
it
win the
here
championship.
first.
And I hope that we get to play the Bombers on that Sunday, so we could prove that they are beatable. And personally, I like them all, but as far as the team, they can go fuck themselves. Just like every other team in this league can go fuck themselves, except when we're not on the field. Then I like all the guys. But while we're on the field, everybody, I fight my own teammates, bro.
Yes, you
seen
do.
it.
I've
You know
watched
what
it.
I'm saying? Like,
I've seen him do it.
I said, on the field, I really don't give a shit or care about anybody on the field. But afterwards, I don't really respect them.
Absolutely.
I feel like I got, And listen, I'm getting to be one of the older guys in the league, and I got to win some championships to catch up.
You mean more championships?
That's it. And I'm
How many have you? How many do you have between the Dogs and the Sharks? 5, 6?
I think I got 5 down here.
Dogs won 2 or 3?
I think we won 3.
And the Sharks have
And
won twice.
Sharks have won 2. Yeah, because I feel like we did win 3 with the Sharks, but I mean with the Dogs. But I'd be lying
Pretty
if that
sure you
was.
did.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really
I think
remember.
We won 2 in a row, and then we won like one
few years
random one
later,
before that.
yeah.
Yeah. But as far as now, yeah. I mean, we're here to take down the league.
All right. Well, we want
That's
to
it.
give a nice thank you to Craig for coming on.
Yeah, thank you, Craig. Appreciate it.
Very nice of you to stop by and partake. Hopefully, people out there hear this and also want to come on. Just let us know, and we'll. If you're a dick, you will say no, and if you're not, you can come right on. It's not a big deal.
I'm a dick. Why would you let me on?
Well, we broke the rule for you because you're a special kind of dick. Greg, you have anything to add?
I just want to know who's the most underrated player on your team.
On my team?
Yep.
I'm gonna have to say Mikey O'Brien.
I know who I would
I
say.
would say that kid comes through in a clutch 99% of the time, and people just kind of they think McNoble, who's a great player, and you know what I mean. I feel like he gets overshadowed by him a lot.
What if I said Hendo?
I mean, Hendo's one. I think now this year he's proven himself to be one of the better players in the league for sure.
I think Allen's underrated too.
Allen too.
I think the whole
Yeah,
team's good.
I mean, listen,
I think they're great, but
I think as far as like stand-up clutch players, like if we're looking at one guy on our team to be up there on the plate with a couple guys on base, I'd choose Mikey for sure.
He's had a couple big home
Even though
runs.
he's my best friend, but you guys know how I feel about that. I will punch him in his face right on the field. And
I've
you
seen
know, I
that.
love him to death, but at the same time, he's definitely the guy we want up there in that spot for sure.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, again,
Is that an easy deal? I mean, is that fair?
Yeah.
I don't see a reason to disagree.
I agree thoroughly.
I mean, all my other guys, no disrespect to my other players. Of course, they're all good players.
Except Ray, right?
Except Ray. He's a piece of shit. Yeah. And nobody actually likes
Hot
him.
take.
We just kind of keep him around for.
I feel like that's the same
As a
way with
matter
Trotter.
of fact, I'll tell you guys a quick one here. Sean, my son, we call him my son. You know, we had a thing over the winter that we were trying to get Ray out of it, out of being the coach, and Sean had an opportunity to get certain things that certain guys on the team like. He failed to do that, and he missed his chance. And I'm not talking about weed in any way.
So you're telling me
All he had to do was buy an ounce of weed. And he had the team locked down, and Ray sent a picture with a tub of bubble gum and sunflower seeds, and nobody cared. So we said, Sean, send a picture with a nice piece of weed, and you got the team, and he failed to do that. And he
That's a
never
shame.
gave me a Father's Day gift.
And the Knicks just
boss.
selected R.J. Barrett.
Okay,
on the
breaking
NBA
news.
draft.
Breaking in. The Knicks don't blow it.
So they didn't fuck it up.
Pick their man.
Thank you for coming on,
Once
Craig.
again, thanks
Thank
to
you,
Craig
Craig.
Stathis from the Sharks, and thanks for all your bold predictions.
Good luck.
Appreciate you coming on.
see you at 10:30 on Sunday,
We'll
bud.
see you Sunday.
Or tomorrow. He's playing tomorrow.
Well,
I can't
Yep.
wait. Can't wait till the
well,
Cavs
I'll be in
crush
Hershey
them.
Park, so I won't see any of you tomorrow night.
Yeah, good. We don't want to see you anyway.
That's good. I don't want to see you either, Greg. Go fuck yourself.
I'll miss you, Double A.
You know what? Vinny Espo's playing shortstop on Sunday at
I already
10 a.m.
told Mike O'Shea that he has the book, and he's making the lineup for Sunday.
Good for him.
That's probably
If
smart.
I'm late, but I won't be late because I'll be there on time.
You're damn right you will.
Who's driving to Pennsylvania?
Not me. That's who.
Nice. That's always good when you don't have to drive.
Who's driving?
The bunny.
My woman.
Fucking Butters.
That fucking rabbit is big enough to drive a fucking semi-truck.
She had to get a bigger cage for the thing already. She had it for like 5 days.
I know, she's got a whole fucking corner of her house cordoned off for this fucking
I
jackrabbit.
give it.
I
I give it
haven't
6
seen it
months
yet.
before they're kicking that thing out of the house.
Well, they are gross, disgusting animals.
You're talking about
so-
Jenny or the rabbit?
The rabbit.
The rabbit.
What the fuck's the matter with you? How dare you? Jesus Christ.
That's kind of good though. I can't even lie. That's a good one.
Man, I'm Greg.
Sorry, Jenny.
I'm intuitive and
Well,
fast.
I never thought that I would hear Mr. 3000 as a top 3 baseball movie.
Holy shit.
Yeah, you got Coach Carter at top
Or
3
Coach
basketball.
Carter.
Oh my God! Again with that. I just,
And
By the way, Craig looked like he wanted to murder me when I said I laughed when Rudy cried.
he also
Fuck Rudy. That was a cream puff.
Craig,
Yeah, a
I
little
love
bit.
Rudy.
Man, it's an underdog story. Man, guy didn't deserve to be on the team.
All right, this just in. Craig's gonna shut out the Castaways. Double A's talking too much shit.
I'm not talking shit. I'm talking shit about Rudy.
Yeah, he likes
I
Rudy.
hate Notre Dame. Me and Biggs both hate Notre Dame.
I mean, what's the like about
Very
it?
overrated movie.
Very overrated franchise in college and team.
I agree.
Cobb's grinding his teeth over here too.
I could hear them.
It's all right. You can,
Cobb will shoot you.
sorry, I'm a Penn State guy. Always have been.
One question: what's your least favorite sports movie of all time? Something that really grinds your
Oh
gears.
God, my least favorite sports movie. I didn't need time to think about this one, Greg.
Off the cuff, come on.
I saw one the other day that like a couple weeks ago. That's a horrible movie, and I will say it when you know. When after I'm.
What
it's
is
my
it? Go-
turn.
no, go ahead.
For the Love of the Game with Kevin Costner. Horrible movie.
Okay.
It's a goddamn love story. It's horrible. I hate it. Kevin Costner. How do you go from whatchamacallit?
Bull Durham.
No, the other
Waterworld?
one too.
Waterworld.
Field of Dreams.
Field of
I
Dreams.
agree.
To
I
frickin'
agree.
the love of the for the love of the game. It's a love
Isn't that
movie.
where he's pitching the perfect game?
Yeah, but
And,
it's all about him and the girl he meets in New York City and how she's gonna leave him, and then he gives. It's horrible. I can't.
I
stand
got a
it.
pretty bad sports movie. One about Babe Ruth with John Goodman.
oh, that's a bad one. That's bad.
That might be worse. Than
I think it's called The Babe.
Yeah, it's called The Babe.
Yeah,
Oh,
Babe.
that's a bad one. I could mess with that one. Bags horrible. I'd like to think of one on my own, but I can't.
I can't either. That's why I just thought.
Caddyshack.
What
2.
about? I like Caddyshack too.
Caddyshack 2 is good.
Yo, what's
It's
the
not
movie
bad.
with the Indians that the guy goes and sees the people in India? I didn't see it, but it just looked really bad. You know what I'm talking
Is it about cricket?
No, it's about baseball.
Slumdog Millionaire.
It's I don't know the name of it, but I didn't see it, but it looked bad.
motherfucker.
I can't think of one, Greg. You really put me in a tight spot. So we're getting rickrolled here on the podcast.
I can't believe they drafted R.J. Barrett. I'm so happy right now.
I believe it. And tomorrow it'll be Catco season, and all will be right with the world.
And then he'll just.
And then they're going to trade Chris. Then they're going to trade Chris Carter to the Islanders.
They're going to trade Chris Kreider. I don't know about to the Islanders. I'll go Kreider for Barzell
That'll
straight
never
up.
happen.
No, I'll give you the 23rd pick and a prospect.
And a second round pick next year or something.
Fine.
How about they just sign Anders Lee and trade him?
What the fuck is happening?
I don't know.
Yeah, we're wearing our welcome out here. So we discussed some movies. We previewed this weekend's games. So hopefully the Goons don't shit the bed on Sunday because I don't want to wear the Blasio shirt to the bowl in the coming weeks. Fuck you, Bill. I want to thank Craig Stathis one more time for coming on. I want to thank Sean Baggs for being here on a weeknight. We know he gets grouchy sometimes on the weeknights, but he's here.
I've been down here two
I
weeks
know,
in a
and
row.
you better keep doing it because it's not the same without you.
Well, I hope there'll be some Friday podcasts coming along the way.
Consider it. I'm in on that. I'm in on Sundays,
I would have been
too.
in for tomorrow. I'm just not going to be here.
As would I if I would have been here also.
I gotta go to dinner.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah,
By the way,
have
Bill
fun.
Belichick's girlfriend is a smoke show.
I did see that.
She's like an older woman, but she's very good looking.
That'll be Anthony's final comment for the evening.
Yeah, I'm looking at pictures right now on Twitter, so I'm sorry.
Greg,
Twitter.
thanks for being here.
She got
Big
that
Daddy.
thickness. She's thick like a milkshake.
She's thick as a bowl of oatmeal.
Cobby, thanks for coming out.
Schneeblay.
Thanks for coming out, Cobb.
Happy Rudy died.
We got RJ, baby.
Billy, thanks for dealing with all this and working the ones and twos there.
You're welcome.
I'm sorry that I came after you a couple times on the podcast. I love you
All I
more
want
than
is moose
anything.
tracks right now.
Ooh, is
Mint
it
moose
open?
tracks.
Fuck
Get
your
out of here with
bouginess.
your mint moose tracks. you
I'll say it
fucking
every
asshole.
podcast.
I don't mind mint moose tracks.
Fellas, it's a pleasure to spend a Thursday evening with you. So we'll see what happens Friday and Sunday, and we'll reconvene next week to recap the league and what's going on in it. And anyone out there that's listening, if you have other suggestions of things non-softball related that we should discuss, please feel free to bring it up to us in person or via
Twitter.
We do have a
Facebook.
Twitter. You could write a strongly worded email as well. But
Or
we're,
text.
Text somebody.
open to any and all suggestions. This has been Sundays for the Men. Roxbury, the greatest place on earth. We'll see you next time.